This is a wonky little design that I made recently. Actually, I made all 7 of these yesterday. It was uh, it was suggested for me to make them for this video to have a few different ones that people could see the I guess the talent in the builds, but more or less the function of the style in which I build. All these are quad axle. I don't even know how to just describe it. They are really quick to roll up hills when you push them. They don't require too much guidance with a rope. I designed them ever since there wasn't a rope, so it's been like a long work for me. I'm gonna go over to my station now, where I've set up to build carts. This is a small station that I have, and it's got 2 high stone cube. It's a 2x2 area with some stone pillars and walkways over it, and this little overhang area with the wheel just in case I need to pull something up that I didn't do right. So I always like to start with a 9 piece so that you have a center of gravity on the wagon, or else it'll always have a weird bug to it. I don't know why. It's just the way the game is. Like I said, this is my method. You can go down up to 7, depending on how far down the space is. Here, the ground isn't exactly level, so I put a little indentation so I can crouch down and go under if I made it too low. But I usually make it about 7 right here. So I do it right in the center. Then I grab now the catch blocks. This is the most important part about my method. It's just the way that the game is currently made and designed, that I've been very working hard with the devs to try to, figure it out if I can to help them. But this is basically what I figured out so that it works, and this is the only way I can get it to work. So I have to use extended catch blocks for the center of mass. And I just hang them off the top there. I'm going to take another 7 timber. Now the length the length is only, I guess, restricted by the area here. I use these doors here. I leave them open so that I can see that they'll fit through the door if I want it to fit into a castle. And then I need to slap on another extended catch block in the same orientation. I haven't really messed around with the orientation of the catch blocks, but you need to keep the orientation the same. If you see the grains going up and down here, and the grains going left and right, you need to keep the orientation the same on the same axes. It's very important for this dynamic cart system to work. I'm not even sure that the devs realize what I've done, but this will hopefully help them understand. Another thing is, whenever you add these things together, for some reason there are glitches, big glitches, whenever you add 2 square timbers to these 2 axle points. It'll cause these round pieces to act funny. That's all I'm going to say. So it's best for now until it has been confirmed that you can use cubes, at least for now. Every time I try to use a cube, it'll fuck up. Excuse my French. It's annoying. So from here, all you got to do is add the quad axles. And that is really simple, but it's also tricky. You have to make sure that each one is on a different plane. So the front wheel or the back wheel has to be on a different plane, an axis plane, than the other. However, there can be two that are parallel. And the grains always have to be this forward end grain right here on the exterior of the vehicle. That's the best functionality, and it always works when it loads in. I believe, like rotors and everything, there is kind of like an up, down, forward position of everything. Let's see, where was that? I'm just going to do the most simple thing I can think of. So from here, I need to put in what I like to call lock brakes. So this will hold the next piece in place so that I can make this a dynamic cart. And then it just goes all the way around. Like I say, I like to keep the middle pieces odd numbers so that I can, shore up another piece that'll go about right here. That'll stop the dynamic cart and act as like a shock absorber, I guess. I am no Last Stand gamers, but I really applaud them for all of their hard work and appreciate their skill in doing videos. I am not as good. I wish I were. So on these turny pieces, you have to use the catch blocks, like I was saying. You have to find the grain that is this grain. It's the forward and backward grain. So this way, technically, all these different wheel points are on different axes, except for these center pieces, which I'm not sure why that exactly functions that way, but it does. I'm not a very smart person in that case. I'm just playing the game really good, I guess. So these only ever have the same orientation, up, down. See, in this case, I can't get around it, so I'll have to go underneath. Now, I like to get these two pieces out, and I always put two of them under here. And here, these are the shock supports. for whenever I release the axles. So from here, it's very simple. You just take out these uh, lock blocks that I put in before to hold these pieces, because like I didn't totally didn't explain, which I will try to do right now. Now that it's probably too late and I have to redo this video. The catch blocks don't attach to the spindle. They only attach to the sides of things. So you have to put in this there and put it on the side of it, so it works like an applicator. And like I said, with this way that I have everything, I don't know. It took a lot of testing to come up with everything. So all you really have to do is take these blocks out, and these things kind of fall into place. But then you want to make sure that you have a another one right here. That way it prevents that right there from going crazy. See, like that. So some of these I put 1, some of them I put 2. It just depends on the height. I can jack it up and put another one if I want to, but it doesn't really matter sometimes. Once all the shocks are in place, everything looks good. Oh, I need to add some more of these. Like I said, got to keep rounds for the supports. They do help for whenever you're grounding out on the bottom if something breaks. And then just drop this post here, and it rolls right on out. It really works good in third person too. Now this thing works really good on the off places. Let me show you. See how it conforms? Oop, kind of went up over it. Now watch how sturdy this thing is. It's not really rolling fast. It's not a good. That's not a good version of how to. Let's see if I can get it up here, which I probably can't. Just me. Oh nope. Here we go. And I'm stopped by the little fucker. Not anymore. Oh ho ho. Here we go. Yes, these things are really sturdy and they're really powerful. I can totally see them being used, but nobody ever uses them so far because I haven't made a video yet. So, to get back to these, This is an interior wheelbarrow design. I have some more that are like this. This one is a kind of an experiment. I wanted to see if I could make something that would be like something I could use as a ladder. So I could push it up to a wall and have a ladder thing on top of it and get it to stop. And when you put weights down on these points right here, it works pretty good. It totally flips this thing up right here, and it doesn't move very much. You take these wheels off, and you can roll this thing around and use it as a ladder. So the outside wheels are meant to be pulled off so that the whole base kind of slips down on its butt, and it'll rock back and forth toward a wall, so you can build up to it. Some of these other ones are just random builds for different heights and sizes, so that you can see it's a very dynamic system. Some of these have different rolling, differences. Like this one can be pushed by two people easier up a hill if they're a good team. I hope that people like this video, even though I kind of messed up the middle half. Well, these are ye old cards. I hope that you like them. Thank you.